Hi there, Aries. How are you guys doing? I really hope that this reading finds you well. Happy New Year 2019. I really hope that 2019 will bring you a lot of prosperities, abundance, happiness, positivities, good love, good money, good food, good companionship, good family, everything that you've been wanting for, everything that you've been wishing for, and everything that you truly, truly deserves. How has 2019 been treating you guys? By the way, for those of you who are new to my channel, my name is Anissa from theinnerstereo. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. And if for those of you who have been here a long time, welcome back. And thank you so much for sticking with me. Really sorry for the delay. I've been taking break for like 3 weeks off now just to be with my family and my daughter. So yeah, now I've been trying to catch up with a lot of things, but look at the challenges. By the way, I'm Indonesian, so you're going to be hearing me muttering a lot of words in Indonesian. Don't freak out. Because I've been noticing people freaking out about what is it that she says. No, I'm talking about my own mother language, okay? Don't forget to also check your sun, moon, or Venus sign, because I tend to realize that with my readings, I resonate much, much more with my Venus sign rather than my sun sign, but probably because my Venus is in the 7th house. I don't know. But if it doesn't resonate, then it doesn't resonate, okay? Don't ever try to force a reading just because maybe you like the future or whatever that is. Never try to force a reading. There's so many amazing tarot readers out there for you to watch. Let's talk now, Aries. At the center of your energy, you have the 6 of Swords, you have the Queen of Cups in reverse, and you also have the 3 of Wands in reverse. Gee, it's already the beginning of 2019. What's happening with you, man? You have the Queen of Cups in reverse, kind of like talks about you guys kind of like closing off your heart chakra, not wanting to feel, not wanting to feel emotionally vulnerable towards someone. It's because you're drained. Basically, you're drained. Somebody just sucked the energy out of you. They just suck the love out of you. You felt not emotionally stable. You do not feel emotionally fulfilled towards this person. You wanted to lash out to them, but you just couldn't. You were exercising a lot of your patience. How about a round of applause? Yeah, because it's kind of like rare, you know, for Aries or Sagittarius to be exercising that much of patience. But I felt like you guys were exercising like a lot of your patience because you try to understand them, because you felt like this person in other areas of their life, they were kind of like struggling a bit, and you were being kind of like quite understanding. They were kind of like quite mental. I'm not going to say mental, but they were kind of like quite, you know, erratic as well and impulsive, but you were trying so much to understand them. You know, you waited, you tried to see things in a different perspective, you try to think outside the box, you waited for them, you exercised like a lot of your patience, but you cannot also help to feel not happy with this person. 3 of Wands in reverse kind of like talks about you guys not wanting to manifest this any longer. Okay? So what is challenging you? You have the Princess of Wands and you also have the Hierophant card. So somebody in this relationship might be non-committal. I'm not going to generalize it, but you could be dealing, so to few groups of Aries out there, you could be dealing with somebody who is non-committal, or the word commitment to them has a different meaning than it is to you. Okay, let's just face it, because people do have a different interpretation of what commitment is, of what loyalty is and stuff like that. And there is something here that is not meeting the line. And there's also has been like an agreement or a promises that's not being fulfilled with the Hierophant card in there. And then also the Princess of Wands, somebody is taking much more of a passive approach, waiting. But if somebody here come around, like there is already like a letter prepared, or there's something here that this person actually wants to say to you. It could be you, it could be them, because it's the overall challenge. Let's see what's happening in the now. 5 kartu masa sekarang. Okay, so if you're only dealing with one person, this person is kind of like quite a changed person in the now, Aries, but I feel like you also changed. You know what I mean? You no longer want to go out of your ways to understand them. You don't want to any longer exercise like a lot of your patience because you have had it. It's so not natural for an Aries to be bottling up emotions. And what happens when an Aries bottle up their emotions? You become the King of Swords. somebody who does have like a lot of resentment, all of this unspoken words, unspoken disappointment that you felt towards them, you kind of like put it in a little book or in a little note. It could be a literal book or a mental note that you keep inside of your head. It's like, oh, I remember when this person did this, did this, did this. They changed. You know, with the Princess of Cups in here, they have an immense amount of admiration for you, an immense amount of adoration for you, and they're willing to, you know, put in the effort and take on the burden of the relationship. They are willing to work together hand in hand in order to go to these destinations. But I feel like you also changed. You know what I mean? Because you have the King of Swords in here. You also changed. You also change depending on the persistency and the consistency that this person is kind of like doing to you, though. If you see them kind of like quite persistent in this feelings, I feel like you guys are going to lower down your wall and try to give it another chance, because, you know, you also love them. You have the collective happiness in here. You do feel the connection as well. So they change, you've changed, how the table have turned. How funny is it, isn't it? You could also be dealing with two people. So person A is somebody who is a little bit imbalanced. Temperance card in reverse. Somebody who is kind of like quite imbalanced. Somebody that you waited on with a Hangman in here. You tried to understand them a lot. You tried to wait for them. And then person B is actually somebody who is being very, very generous towards you. Somebody who gives. But I feel like because you were so much focusing on person A, you know, deep down inside you felt void. So you love the attention, but it's just like, it's just meh, you know what I mean? And then in the now, though, person A, person that you waited on in the past, this person actually now is having that immense amount of adoration towards you and admiration towards you. But it's a little too late because you are the King of Swords here. You closed off. That emotional lid that once was open, it's closed. And if this person, and if you're a cross watcher and you kind of like think you're person A, if you ever dare to try to confront Aries or kind of like approach them in some ways, Aries is going to stab you with the fucking sword. So be careful, okay? And then person B, you know, the person who was very, very generous with you, this person is very, very consistent in the amount of effort, in the amount of affections and attention that they're giving to you with the 10 of Wands in here. And I feel like in the past, you guys were not opening up your heart chakra, but in and now, though, those walls are starting to crumble and you are starting to give them a chance, although it's not fully there yet. It's not like, oh yeah, I like you so much because you're so consistent, but you know, you're letting your walls down. 5 kartu masa depan, 5 cards in the future. Let's see the future. Saya mau tolong 8 of Swords di sini in reverse maksudnya apa? Oh, how the tables have turned, Aries. Oh, how the tables have turned. Because in the future, I wanted to clarify, but it kind of like is obvious. In the future, I feel like you are going to be putting them in a position where they put you in the past. In the past, they didn't give you that certainty that you've been wanting. You know what I mean? That emotional stability that you've been wanting. And I feel like in the future, when this person truly wants it, you're not going to give it to them. You've changed. Like, you completely changed. You just want to, you know, take your time a bit, having a lighthearted and carefree type of relationship with this person A. And then this person A is going to be kind of like quite mourning over you with the 8 of Cups, because they felt like, oh, wow, you know, you've changed a lot. Now you're distancing yourself away. I feel like I'm losing you from my grip and something like that. Okay, but I feel like you did it for your own good because you have the Princess of Pentacles in here. So you're being kind of like quite calculative right now. You became a much more, I'm not going to say smarter, but you became much more, yeah, kind of like smarter. You no longer want to jump in straight ahead, but you want to calculate and check the weather, you know, check the situations, how much this person is worth my investment or not. Something like that. They're going to get hurt, but I feel like you're doing this to protect yourself. Okay, so if you're dealing with person A, you're going to give them the maybe type of situations. And then person B, this person, you're going to consider them and give them a chance. So if you're dealing with two people, I feel like until the 4th of February, you guys are going to be juggling two people because you're trying to weigh in the pros and cons between these two people. Here, they have the 7 of Wands in reverse here, so you would start seeing them opening up more about themselves. You know, you're starting to hear their secrets a lot. So it's a good one. But if you're dealing with two people, yeah, I mean, it's good for you. You're protecting your feelings, but the table just has definitely turned. Because you no longer want them in the way that you wanted them in the past. It's like a switch role, you know, the dynamic has really changed. They're going to get hurt. You're protecting your feelings in here. Okay, so I think that's it for my reading for you guys. I'm going to be uploading your February reading probably on Friday. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoy it. Bye-bye.